Welcome back to another Coach's Corner. Joining us again today is the women's volleyball coach, Glenn Cox. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You have won 4 of your past 5 matches. After dropping 2 back-to-back games, what has changed since the last time that we talked?
We basically have just started to find a rhythm, and we've got our full lineup back. We have everybody able to play. And it's created a good work environment in practice. I mean, it's just everybody's pushing each other, and we're just starting to. I'm hoping that we'll really hit our stride here this week, leading into the last our last 5 games of the season are really big, and all but Wednesday are on the road, and we owe some payback to a few teams that that we should have beaten here. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's a big confidence thing. The girls are really, I'm hoping they'll really hit their stride and find some confidence this week, and carry it on through into the conference tournament. But I mean, it's it's just a matter of fixing some timing issues that we had, and just cleaning up ball control. And we've had a few people step up. Have really cleaned up our ball control. Our serve receive has been one of our real strengths. And it was one of the reasons that we were losing some games, is we had some lapses in control and service. Mm-hmm. But if we play clean, we can beat anybody. So.
Absolutely. And you are 24 matches into the season so far. Mm-hmm. How far has this team come since the beginning of August?
Oh, I mean, the roller coaster ride is starting to smooth out a little bit. Mm-hmm. And we're starting to just figure out how to pull out some games and how to play consistent enough to beat a team 3-0. Because it just kind of playing Georgia College at their place, we had to go 4 with them. Mm-hmm. And here, we were able to get a 3-0 win.
Yeah.
Against a very strong team. Our conference, top to bottom, is very strong.
Absolutely.
So it's, it's good to see them just start to play clean enough to be able to get some convincing wins and not have to play under the high stress of, the 5-game matches that we went for so long playing. Mm-hmm. It's nice. It's a lot better for me. I enjoy the 3-game matches.
Yes, definitely. And tonight is your last home match, correct, against GRU?
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm. Wednesday
night is your last home match against GRU Augusta, and that is a big rivalry for you. Particularly, it's important for the 2 seniors on the team, India and Leah Rogers. How does this game kind of play out for them?
Oh, I mean, it's their last home game, mm-hmm. In this building. We've already had our senior day, per se. We did it on a weekend whenever all the families could get in here.
Yeah.
And it's great to have it as a great rivalry game, our crosstown rival. We always seem to have a pretty tight match with them anytime we play them. We were able to go to their place this year and beat them 3-0, which is, I can't remember. I don't know if that's ever happened, honestly, since I've been here. We've always had some wars with them, but even those games are really, really tight games when we played at their place. But yeah, no, we're looking forward to it. I mean, I'm looking forward to having India out and Leah out there, and it's hard to believe. I mean, time flies. It just seems like yesterday whenever I, brought those kids on campus and showed them around. So, looking forward to it, but also hate to see them leave, because they're both just doing a super job this year, and it's just crazy. Most college coaches will tell you get players playing like you want to, and then they graduate.
Yeah.
So.
And speaking of the 2 seniors, India has had what is arguably her best season so far while at USC Aiken. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that as the head coach? Oh, I mean, no doubt. This is by far her best year. India, when we recruited India, she was just a very raw, athletic player with just tremendous potential. And we had to fix some of her inconsistencies, over time. And we would see sparks of it, her sophomore and junior year. But this year, she's really been able to go out and have full matches of, just dominance and, being able to be ultra aggressive. And I think it's also a confidence thing too. She's really started to, she knows that she's the senior leader on the floor, and, she's been doing a good job both on and off the court. And it's fun to see everything click. Yeah.
And she's, when she's on, she's very, very dangerous.
Absolutely.
So, it's fun to have her out there.
Definitely. And we do have Leah, who we've always considered as fans and USCA students, everybody that comes to watch a game, she has been a force all throughout her career.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you while that she is leaving the team? What does that mean for you in this season?
Well, I mean, Leah's always been a key person on the floor for us. She's our by far the most vocal leader that the team has out there. I mean, it'll really be weird not having her here because I'm just so used to hearing her out there for the last 4 years at practice and at games. The big bow that she wears is, just signifies she's one of our biggest cheerleaders, whether she's in the lineup, on the floor or off the floor and in practice. And she's done a super job. She sets the tone in the weight room. I mean, there's not a stronger female athlete on this campus than Leah Rogers. But her intensity there is also very evident on the court. And, she's had some big games in her career, and I hope she's got a few more left in her.
Absolutely. Definitely this being her last year here. You do have some other girls, Monica, Danielle, and Katie, who have been through the past few games coming together and putting up numbers that are unmatched. What does that feel like as the head coach? Are you seeing that as big potential for their upcoming seasons?
Oh, yeah. I wish I had more subs because I just really can only put 2 of them in the lineup. And it has been a real dilemma for me because all 3 of them are all playing so well. With the 6-2, with the lineup that we run, we use all of our subs in a long game. And we have to schedule those subs so that we run out with certain people on the floor so that everything meshes chemistry-wise. But having them there, those 3 at any given point in time, and from week to week, and honestly, the libero jersey has rotated between the 3 of them, almost equally. I can't really say that one of them has stepped up and been the libero without me having to really question it. Basically they're all pushing each other, and they're all working hard, and and that's making all 3 of them. The 3 of them. I feel like those 3 are quite possibly the best 3 liberos in the league, and I'm not able to play all 3 of them at the same time. I just can't put that many little people on the floor in the back row. But our ball control and passing and defense. For what it does for our practices too. Like that's what people that don't get to see. They don't get to see our 6-on-6.
Yeah.
Our 6-on-6 in practice is just absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's by far the best 6-on-6, the most intensity. Defensively, there's not really a weakness on either team. Offensively, both teams are firing at each other. I mean, we don't ever have a blowout match in practice with any type of scrimmage situation because we put our 2 lineups out, our 2 front row lineups and our back row lineups, and they go against each other, and they battle.
Yeah.
And it makes for a great work environment for the team, and having that many good defenders in the back row is great for our hitters because they just have. I think it's a bit disheartening for some of our hitters because our hitters just can't put a ball away with those kids in the back row. I mean, they dig everything.
Yeah.
You put it near them, it's gobbled up.
Well, it's definitely good for them to learn about that, especially with being in the Peach Belt Conference. It is a tricky conference.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that is important for them.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm looking forward to those 3 battling it out in the future.
Good. And typically teams don't like to rotate setters the way that you do with Amanda and Sheila. Tell us a little bit about why that is something that you do.
We do it. It strengthens our offense. Having 3 hitters in the front row for all 6 rotations, and it also strengthens our defense with our blocking because we can put 3 bigger players in the front row for all 6 rotations. We just have a bigger blocking lineup and a better offensive lineup with more weapons in the front row, running our 2 setters in the back row.
Yeah.
And it's it's been working, so we'll stick with it. Both setters are playing very well. I can't say that one is standing out above the other one, as far as just their defense and their offensive set selection and their tempos. I mean, they are a little bit different. They both have some strengths that they bring to the table, but so far it's working. So we'll stick with it. So.
Absolutely. And you have gotten Ashley Diedrich back to full strength as well as Ashley Lynn back on the court. How important are those 2 players to this team?
Oh, huge. I mean, they are definitely 2 of the most powerful hitters in the league. And if they are both on, it just adds so much to the diversity of our offense and the things that we can do. I mean, to be able to have them, and Ashley Lind has been spending time in the middle or the right side, and she actually can play outside as well. We've been moving her out there some in practice and haven't really used her there in games yet, but that may be a wrinkle we throw in at the end just to throw something new at people.
Okay.
But offensively, those two, if they are on, they're both really good blockers. They're both huge hitters for us. They both have had matches where they were leading us, but if they're both on, that's if we can get our right sides on and have both middles connecting, and our outsides have a good game, then that puts us, right there as a regional contender. So
definitely. And you are 4th in the league. What are your expectations for the remainder of this regular season?
I'd like to win 5 more games. So,
Okay.
That's the plan. They're going to be tough because 4 of them will be on the road. But, we've got, this week, with Augusta and Montevallo and Columbus, those are always 2 tough places to play on the road. I feel like this week, though, we can really build some confidence going into the next week and, playing the top 2 teams in the league right now, which would be, I think Francis Marion's in second, but the top 3, Flagler's right there in the hunt as well.
Okay.
But Armstrong's clearly at the top. They're the only undefeated team in the league, and I believe we are their last match. So, it'll be wonderful to put a little French fry at the end of their record.
Absolutely.
It's their last match of the year.
A little upset.
Yeah, we don't have anything to lose. We're going to go in there and hopefully play aggressive, and we've beaten them there before.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like this team has got the ability to do it. So we'll go down there and make a weekend of it, and see what we can do.
Good. That's definitely a good goal, and we do appreciate your time as always. Thanks again for coming.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching another episode of Coach's Corner. For Coach Cox, I'm Kimberly Temple.